Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of Wrestling with Progression. So, like and subscribe. Click those nice, juicy buttons down there. Support us. And let's get this thing rolling. This guy right here. This is Joshua. Not J-O-S. J-O-S-H-U-A. J-A-S-H-U-A. Bio. Ooh la la la.
Yeah.
Lindsay, aka IGB, aka Nintendo 64. Not 64, 64. Aka the Miracle Man. Bio. This man is a legend. He'll cross you on the court. Crisscross applesauce. And after he drops you, he'll freestyle and drop a diss track about you while you're still falling. Whether he's driving to the paint, clutching up late in the game. All this man gets is buckets. Call him the Miracle Plan. When the clock ticking low, they scream Miracle Man. Cross him up, break the floor, leave them stuck where they stand. Buckets, buckets, all hail the Miracle Man. This guy right here, his name is Hunter, aka Hunt, or Be Hunted, aka the Headhunter. Bio, he might sell cars, but he's got the drive to take any conversation to the next level. He throws gas on the fire and delivers one mean handshake. This man doesn't tire, but he keeps it rolling. But let's pump the brakes real quick. One more thing. Some may not understand, but two words that I can say would be Indy Hartwell. ... So, for today, we're going to be discussing a lot of things. A lot has happened, but welcome to another episode again. So, how do you guys feel about that Money in the Bank, though?
Chad Gable and the Starbucks drink are the MVPs of the weekend, in my opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel about that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Grande Americano, the Starbucks drink, is doing great out there.
Yeah, man.
And
Large American Express.
Then his partner in crime, Chad Gable, had a great match at Worlds Collide. We're doing great.
Dude.
Chad Gable is such a good dude, too, to lend him, El Grande Americano, his boots,
Yeah.
just to use in the match.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you got to share. They wear the same size, too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
you just need them to both be champions. It'll be great.
Yeah.
One's a
Maybe a
speed
tag
champion
break.
already, so
moveset similar, too.
yeah. I see a lot of potential in both of them. Just can't figure out why yet.
Oh, my goodness.
What about you, though?
Honestly, it was great. Who's that iguana guy?
Mr.
I'm
Iguana,
unfamiliar with
Mr.
the AAA
Iguana?
people.
Yeah.
Mr. Iguana. Dude,
biggest pop of the weekend.
dude.
Man,
we were just
entertainer.
Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier. Dude is like a green gold dust.
Yeah. Here's my favorite part is he got a bigger pop, and Topanga was in the crowd last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Topanga was out there. She never even got recognized on camera. They showed somebody else, but she was in the background. I'm just saying, I get Mr. Iguana's over, but so is Topanga.
Man, that is diabolical. They usually never forget about her.
Yeah, they don't. She's number one, A+. But yeah, no, last night was good. I mean, I feel like it had a good flow the whole the whole pay-per-view. It didn't feel like any part got too slow. I even liked that they added Dom and Octagon. That was a good match to have on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It made Dom just look like he was like an actual main roster. Like he wasn't doing any like heel tactics. Like it looked like he was, I'm your champion. I'm facing you.
Yeah.
Made Dom look amazing. And if that's what AAA is going to bring to the table, it will bring up some of these stars that maybe need a little bit more polishing.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like Santos's match, and Santos Escobar is like one of my favorites. I mean, I call my former manager Santos Escobar. That's his name in my phone. That's how much I like this guy.
Yeah.
And I think his match, yes, exactly, C. But like it made Santos look really, really well in that match, and I'm all for it if it just keeps making people look better and better and better. I mean, they got Mr. Iguana on there. They got Octagon Jr. I mean, Vikingo had, in my opinion, move of the weekend when he did that outside backwards I don't even know how you describe it.
Yeah.
That was the move of the weekend.
Yeah, that man is insane.
Yeah,
honestly, I saw him wrestle a few times in the other promotion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but I'm not scared to say it, AEW. But that man is insane. Him and Chad, they really put on a banger.
Yeah,
they really put on a huge banger.
Man. And I mean, just Chad Gable knows how to put on a great match, but then you have somebody like that as his partner in the ring.
Man,
that freaking was unbelievable. And then not only that, Chad Gable's freaking didn't he hit a freaking moonsault outside the ring?
Yeah, that was insane.
Through the table. I'm like,
and he hit a pile driver too, man, off the turnbuckle. That was insane. I was like, whoa.
It was a lot of times I thought they were injured in the match. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, Gable sells like Angle does. Like, I know everyone compares him, but dude can sell amazingly. It makes like every move it looks like he's about to die.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Man, we got to give him his flowers, honestly, because there are a few that are out there, but there aren't many like Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then you got to think about his background, partially training with El Grande Americano too.
Yeah.
They're training partners. You know, Gable gives him a little bit of his move set. This is how you execute a perfect German suplex. El Grande, I'll show you a couple moonsaults in the headbutt.
I'm feeling it.
You know, I'm just saying.
This is like if you had two Kurt Angles training with each other. That's how good that these two are compared to each other.
Man, if only it was two Kurt Angles.
Yeah.
Man.
Also, Lince Dorado.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's working backstage in NXT, but it's good to see Lince on TV. I like Lince. He was really, really nice in the Cruiserweight Classic, so I'm glad to see Lince back. I don't think this means anything too crazy for him, but it was nice to see him.
It was a good opportunity
because he replaced, was it Joaquin Wilde?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Man, he was so over when he did the Spanish Fly on the Iguana.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, don't hurt the Iguana, man. He did.
Yeah.
That was insane. That was one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a while.
Just wait. Mr. Iguana is about to be the new member of Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
Oh, man. Speaking of which, we will discuss more of Money in the Bank. How do you feel about that faction between Seth and Bronson?
It feels like it wants to be Evolution. That's what it feels like. Because you got Seth, who's like that Triple H, like, I'm the king, I'm older than the Bronson and Braun.
Yeah.
But then you have like that Ric Flair kind of with Paul Heyman, where he's not necessarily a wrestler, but verbally and on the mic, he's great. And then you got Bronson and Braun Breaker, who are your Orton Batista clones. I mean, I'm not saying Bronson is 6'6", 350, and shredded like Dave Batista was, but
he actually got a little more lean since he came back too. If you guys noticed that,
yeah, he looks like he's in a lot better shape.
Yeah.
Like, even the night before on SmackDown, like, the face-off with the Bloodline and, yada mean.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about that, too.
That
was
but that was cool to see those two groups, like, at least, I don't want to see a full-blown feud with it, but it was nice to see those two factions kind of, like, lock eyes, because that's an interesting match.
Yeah.
But I think that just helped raise Solo a little bit. Because Solo's in that, like, go-away heat, we don't want you here anymore kind of. And I think with
Solo was
Seth,
hilarious, by the way. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah, no, I think Solo last night, he could also get an MVP trophy. He made that match. There's obviously a very big moment that makes Solo. Solo helps somebody out, but yeah.
And especially he did the Penta little smooth operator walk.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude Solo is crazy.
It'd be his side comments, man. It'd be killing me. He was like, he loved me. He ain't said that in like 5 months. Talk about he loved me.
He's just heel Jimmy Uso right now.
He really is.
He is.
And it's nice to see because, you know, he gets to put that personality out there. And now, maybe he is a Uso. You see more and more of it on TV every week. And I think the more that he does it, the more they allow him to do it on TV because fans love it. I know I do. So it gives him an opportunity to kind of show his personality on TV a bit more. And kind of all
Absolutely.
of them are like that, though.
Yeah.
If we're
Yeah,
being
it's great to
honest.
see.
So
Yeah.
we'll get to see more, Jacob Fatu probably more his personality once he kind of branches out
Yeah.
and goes solo instead of just yada ramin all the time. Well, let's find out.
And speaking of Jacob, did you guys see the turn actually coming at Money in the Bank? We knew it was coming, but did you actually see it?
Yeah, because of SmackDown.
Yeah,
he
especially when Solo overheard.
Yeah, he overheard him
that.
talking
Yeah.
about him. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's cooked. It was hilarious, though, because he was climbing up the ladder. Jacob grabs his foot. Solo didn't think nothing of it. He trying to climb up. The heck?
He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
What's the deal? What you doing? I hate you, Solo. Kicked his head off. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is about to be bad.
Man,
And then he
Jacob
followed
is-
it up with that Samoan drop on JC.
Oh
or
my
on It was on Bronson.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was crazy to get that man up that high.
man, that dude Jacob is insane.
Yeah.
And I love that he added the Boogeyman's little dance and
Oh, the little
shimmy
shake.
every time. Now it's it grows on you.
And you
It's
know,
really
I
awesome to
think
see.
that kind of opens the door for how Jacob Fatu, because obviously he's champion. You're going to have to figure out a way when he's not champion how he'll lose. But we'll know he's not losing clean.
Yeah,
He's
unless
gonna-
it's like
he's
a
gonna
triple
either
threat
get-
or a fatal
Yeah.
four-way or
Yeah,
something.
triple
where I was
threat,
gonna go.
fatal
Yeah.
four-way, or he's going to get screwed by like a solo or something. But I don't see him taking a pinfall.
Yeah,
So he'll probably lose it in a multi-man match. But you don't have him take a pinfall. Matter of fact, has he taken a pinfall yet?
I don't think so.
Like a surprise roll-up or anything like that, maybe?
he hasn't, but off screen he has. It was like a house. No, I think
If
it was a
we're-
house show against Cody.
I don't think we're going to count the house show as his loss.
Yeah, yeah.
If that crowd got to see the loss, and we didn't get to see that loss.
Undefeated, never lost. LeVar Ball
yeah,
lost.
he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah, the only thing he's had is at War Games, they beat him down so bad they were able to pin Solo. That's the only thing that he's ever
Yeah, true.
really let
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I think this is going to pivot to a Solo feud and put him back into the mid card, get him out of the main event picture, which works what everyone wants. And then I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Solo wins the U.S. title from Jacob with some chicanery from JC Mateo.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Shout out to him. He's Filipino too.
I'm not a huge fan of the name.
It's weird though, because I'm kind of trying to figure out where Jimmy does fit into all of this.
Yeah,
Because Solo's been weekly trying to, come on, just join us, get over it, and it's just like, he's kind of like in the middle right now. Just I ain't messing with y'all. So if Jacob branches off, does Jimmy go with Jacob type of deal, or how's that go? Because the
Yeah.
family's kind of just breaking apart.
yeah.
And then we don't even know where our OTC's at. He's probably just on the island kicking back, sipping martinis.
You're
Hey,
worried
man.
about the OTC. I want to know where Tongaloa is.
Oh man,
The
infamous-
best professional wrestler in all of WWE.
Have you ever heard this guy like on the mic? He's
Yeah.
underrated on the mic.
He's good on
I'm
the
not
mic.
even gonna lie. He's
Man.
hilarious.
He's just the best in-ring worker in all of WWE. I miss him so much.
Yeah, man, him and Tamatonga too.
Yeah.
I low-key miss them, but Tongaloa is great.
Tongaloa is great.
But I mean, heck, you talking about Money in the Bank? We got to Jacob. I honestly thought LA Knight was gonna win,
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
honestly,
And-
I
and-
remember your take a while ago.
Yeah.
and that's what I was thinking about. Was
Exactly.
his take? Seth Rollins got up there, and I'm like, oh well, obviously Seth Rollins is gonna win. And then LA Knight popped out of nowhere. I'm like, this could be
Hey,
it.
that was really nice, man. That whole match was insane. But go ahead
Yeah.
and continue.
No, I
My
was
fault
just
for
saying this
interrupting.
could be it. This is his chance. And
Mhm.
then what happened. He gets flattened, and Seth wins anyway. But can't be mad at a Seth win based off of where he's at, his group, so on and so forth. Like, he's gonna get that title,
Yeah,
run everything.
yeah.
John Cena's gonna ruin wrestling over here. Seth Rollins is gonna control WWE over here. It's just gonna be ran by heels and evil people.
They said the McMahon family was no longer running WWE. Are we sure? Like
Yeah.
that sounds like Vince and Shade and Stephanie.
Basically,
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Seth's gonna win the title probably, but I think the reason, and this is gonna play a little bit into the main event. I think the main reason Jay was the one getting worked over so much in the last match of the night is Tim and Gunther coming up. Gunther and Jay beat the crap out of each other, and boom, here comes Seth with Money in the Bank and another heist of the century. He comes in and takes the title in that match, and Seth has the title and takes it off Jay, who didn't fairly lose it, and Gunther gets screwed out. There's a reason for all of them to be mad at Seth.
That's going to piss Gunther off.
Yeah, and it's funny that you're mentioning that because I do recall that they were having segments, Gunther and Seth, like they were encountering each other as well. So
yeah,
I think that's a good take.
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
That turned into a Gunther face turn just naturally. He don't even have to change his character.
Yeah.
Then maybe the people just going to be like rooting for him just because this guy's getting screwed over. Who knows?
I say this, yet most of my predictions are like so far off. By the next week, it's just going to be Doink the Clown's the world champion.
It's close, wrong. But then it's just yeah.
They throw a variable in there that you just never expect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, Seth takes control.
Yeah.
Think of all the people who will oppose Seth. Okay, you got Jey Uso still. You got Gunther. But then you got, Sammy up to the point where Karrion Kross finally gets to him. And you're like, you know what? He's right. Why am I wrestling for these people? You people don't care about me. And then not Seth Rollins, but Sami Zayn just freaking loses it. Attacks Jey Uso. Everyone cries. Jey Uso cries in the ring. You were my brother. We rode on a boat together. If you ever seen Stephanie's Places, you know.
He's so weird sitting in that interview, by the way.
Yeah, it's just all these Samoans in here eating Polynesian food and chicken, and then Sami Zayn. No, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's invited to the family cookouts, man.
He is. You see that dance he was hitting in the ring?
Yeah. See?
He's part Samoan. It's just very well hidden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's definitely part of the family by this point.
Yeah. He's invited to all the Bloodline cookouts.
Yeah, honestly, we also need to give Sammy his flowers as well, too, because, honestly, he came a long way.
Yeah,
he came a long way.
You could honestly think he was cooked after the Knoxville loss, bro.
Oh, that is true.
And then not only that, he started cooking after the Knoxville loss.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, if you can repair your image from that, you a GOAT. Because like, there's no way you can lose to like a comedian or something. Like, oh, you remember freaking Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your favorite celebrity.
Were we in school when that happened?
Yep.
And
he screwed
we
John
were in
Cena
high school,
over.
but I was so mad the next day. Like, Jon Stewart comes out and ruins the main event. I was pissed. I was so goddamn angry.
And I believe it was Seth and Cena too. Wasn't it?
I think it was
Seth and Cena.
I see a recurring thing with you, man. You hate Travis Scott. You hate Jon Stewart. There's a celebrity in the main event. You're just like, leave it alone.
It has to be a logical celebrity, though. Like, let's see, just off the top of my head, freaking, oh, look, it's Myles Garrett. Oh, okay, yeah, that guy, I believe it. Like, sure, that guy's going to flatline anybody. But if you got freaking Travis Scott, which I weigh more than, and walks out, fiend, I'm going to just slap a guy or cast distraction. And, like, you get what I'm saying. Jon Stewart, freaking brittle old man with the worst chair shot in history. Come on, bro.
I mean,
that's my only.
And his reasoning for he didn't want him to break Ric Flair's record. Where were you at Mania? Where were you at Mania, Jon Stewart?
Yeah, exactly.
He could have taken out Travis Scott. Where were you at Mania, Jon Stewart?
Long-term storytelling. Right there. They thought they were the geniuses. I guess they didn't think too far ahead. They did not predict John Cena when he started losing his hair, losing his athleticism, that he would come back and get 17. They said, oh, he's cooked. He's never getting 17 now. He's too old. But guess what? The last real champ is here.
No C17.
Never seen 17. gracing Ohio with his presence for the final time. Oh my God! And the thing is, he doesn't even have a finisher. You know how many people kicked out of the AA recently?
Oh, you got a point too.
It's just a
He would
normal
do it
move
like-
now. His finisher is nothing but distraction, belt shot. That's his finisher.
It works.
It worked. And I love every second of it. Look over there. Bink. I did no such thing. Look at the replay. That ain't me. I don't know who that figure is with the belt.
That's Juan Cena.
Juan Chena.
Juan Cena.
Oh, Santino was hilarious too. But speaking of which, though, so about R-Truth getting released, but did you see that new guy, Ron Killings, came in? That was insane, man.
Yeah, that's the same person. I think we can agree on that.
Oh man, that's Ron Killings, man.
No,
That's Ron Killings.
It's obviously Ron Killings and R-Truth are the same person.
Yeah.
No,
You get-
they're different,
it's
man.
it's like a stage name. You think Bow Wow's real name's Bow Wow? No, it's just a stage name.
It's obviously the same dude.
Yeah, I don't.
Same hair.
Sorry,
same
buddy.
face.
Yeah, I had same tattoos.
Hey, Ron Killings, this man seems like a serious man.
He does seem serious. Yes, no.
Very serious man.
He dropped the nickname. He's like, I'm gonna beat you with my real name.
Yeah.
I'm just very confused where this goes. Are we getting another Cena versus R-Truth match?
No, I think
Bel-
we actually going to get a Cena versus Ron Killings match. That
Believe
one's
it
gonna
or
be more
not,
fire. I'm just kidding.
they might have low key cooked with this one because you think about it, R-Truth, Ron Killings. I mean, whatever he wants to go by, he's the same guy.
Yeah.
Not like my guy El Grande, Americano, and Chad Gable. Two different people.
Yeah, two
by the
different
way.
people. I still can't believe you
Look.
believe they're the same person.
But,
Look,
yeah,
man.
back to Ron. You know,
Ron
I
Killings
feel
is
like they're
different.
cooking because it's like, okay, even though they really did release them, let's not play those games.
Yeah, no, this was not a work.
And brought them back. The crowd is so behind them now. You really just elevated R-Truth to main event status.
Yeah.
And it's logical and it makes
Tremendously.
sense and people
Tremendously.
care about it. And it's like, well, now you just got to take the ball and run. Now it's like, and that just makes me think of everyone else. Not to go too far off track, but if you can do this with R-Truth,
Mm-hmm.
you better start cooking up with some of the other talent like Karrion Kross and Carmelo Hayes, just to throw a couple names out there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Truth just went from comedy to main event,
And it really
all,
makes you
just naturally.
Yeah, and it really makes you think too. Is WWE actually listening to the fans? Because it really makes you think.
I mean, we've
Because
seen it multiple
regardless.
times. I mean, WrestleMania 30 is WWE listening to the fans. But my question is about to be is, I think all the rumors were going to be Travis Scott and Cena versus Cody and Bad Bunny. Is it now going to be Cody and Truth? Because Truth is pretty fire. We've heard him rap before. He raps his own theme song.
Yeah.
That
So,
song is pretty solid too.
I mean,
ain't gonna lie.
I think Truth is safe enough to work with Travis Scott. It's logical. It makes sense.
yeah.
And Lindsay gets to listen to Fiend again.
No,
Are you sure?
absolutely not.
Are you positive?
Any other song but that.
It's
I
fine.
mean, they literally been playing 4x4 or 4x4 on freaking Raw 24/7. I'll take that. I mean, hit the music, you walk out, cool. I swear to, I don't want to use that on the podcast, but just know I do not want to hear a guy yelling "Fiend" for 20 minutes walking down the ring like he's the Undertaker. You haven't earned that.
Hold on.
Only-
To piggyback off your R-Truth, Ron Killings thing, and Grande, Americana, and Gable,
Yeah.
are Sami Zayn and El Generico the same person?
You got a good point.
I'm just curious. I mean, maybe that's what he calls up his old friend El Generico. They look very similar.
Yeah.
And boom, he's got a little friend too.
Well, they had a different build,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So, I mean-
Sammy's got a beard. El Generico didn't have a full beard.
but Chad Gable and El Grande have the same build.
No, they don't. No, you're wrong.
One obviously has a stronger head than the other.
Yeah. One is a
Those
lucha
headbutts.
libre legend. The other's an Olympic American.
First of
So
all,
you have Large Coffee Express.
Let's be
and
honest.
Chad Gable.
do you even watch the show?
Hey man.
Did
Have you-
you not see the promo of all the history that they showed with
So
El Grande Americano?
when you go to WWE.com, you see Chad Gable / El Grande Americano.
That's just some intern at WWE making like $11 an hour who's just too lazy to fix it. There's easy ways to get around it.
Too lazy, and honestly, their gear is similar. They share gear. That's obviously documented.
Yeah.
So why not just sell?
Michael Cole said it too.
Michael Cole's a moron.
Michael Cole's a liar. It's okay. He thought the Knicks were going to beat the Pacers. He's
calls
wrong all the time.
He calls his fans coal miners, bro.
Yeah.
So you
That's
telling me
your source?
You telling me the CG that El Grande had on his boots was probably the initials for Chavo Guerrero? Probably, huh? That's how
Possibly.
you tell me.
Possibly. Maybe he's showing homage.
But
Everyone talks about Eddie. No one talks about
it was
Chavo.
documented that Chad Gable shared his boots with El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Amen.
Gable got the ladder for the Starbucks drink last night.
Did you not see Gable in the promo? I got this ladder from my friend El Grande Americano.
Exactly.
And then after he got the ladder, El Grande Americano participated in the match. How the heck could El Grande be in the match and then be backstage at the same time?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. Did Ron Killings do anything for our truth? No, because they're the same person. Ron Killings didn't get a what was it? A Fireball Spice ladder for our truth?
But Ron Killens is awesome.
Yeah. No, he is.
Our truth
Is awesome
is
too.
goofy and silly. And
No.
awesome. Yeah.
Did you not watch 2012
You
WWE
see the
when
look
Miz
in that man's eyes?
Miz and
That's Ron
Truth
Killens.
beat up? Who was it in the Hell in the Cell where they just entered the Hell in the Cell and just started beating up everyone? Was it Cena and Del Rio?
Might have been.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might-
he's pretty serious, man. He had a lead pipe.
but it's the same dude.
Yeah.
Like, he literally took the hoodie and mask off to show you that, hey, I'm Ron the Truth Killings,
Exactly.
formerly known as R Truth. Same guy. El Grande Americano, masked Lucha Libre legend, Chad Gable. Is a physical specimen in the ring. Two different people.
Yeah.
Similar build, taught each other's moves. They train together. Of course they're going to be similar. Like, when you seen Ronda Rousey in the ring and Shayna Baszler, oh, boom, Ronda Rousey hits her move. Shayna Baszler started doing it. You know, they throw little knees in there. Similar move type. They train together. It happens.
Okay.
All right.
So
Get it-
why
all right,
can we
off
not
that.
see Chad Gable and El Grande in the ring together?
I think you need an
I think actually we should see him in a tag team match.
They don't need to be. That's
Yeah.
too much talent in one match. They're not going for the tag titles. One was going for Money in the Bank. One was going for the AAA Championship. They don't want the tag titles. They want their own individual gold. Next, you're going to tell me, why don't we put Cena and Cody together in a match because of their star power as a tag team? No. They don't need to be a tag team.
It's like going into the ring and like playing a video game and turning the sliders up.
Yeah.
Why you want an automatic W? You want suspense.
Yeah, who's going to it's going to be a 4-second squash match.
Like, first of all, two physical specimen hitting moonsaults, ankle locks together. It's like having two Kurt Angles. That's cheating.
It's going to be Cody it's going to be Cena and Orton versus the whole Raw roster, and that's exactly what you get out of the Gable and Starbucks drink match.
Now, can we move on from your conspiracy theory?
Yeah, you're pretty delusional, buddy. I think you need an eye exam.
They need to check that drink too.
Yeah. What's in it? What's in the yeet juice?
Well, regardless, that's Chad Gable.
He
But
never-
next
he
topic.
never answers that question. He just moves on to the next subject. Okay, we'll move on.
Next topic.
We'll move on.
Can I talk about when I cried last night?
Sure.
The Bird Lady lost the IC title, and the Bird Lady is currently my favorite wrestler in all of WWE.
Honestly,
Go Birds.
Lyra is definitely growing on me a lot. Even in NXT, she was pretty good, but a lot of people want to give Becky heat, but in reality, Becky really does bring the best out of certain wrestlers. Well, I wouldn't say certain, but most.
No, she does great. She went down to NXT and helped elevate Lyra. If this is her doing it again, that's great. I just want to see Lyra on my TV every week. I enjoy her tremendously. I think she puts on great matches with whoever's in the ring.
Yeah.
Even sometimes Becky's style gets a little stale. And Becky's last 2 matches with her have been great. Feels like it's been fresh. It's been nice. I've enjoyed Lyra as champion.
Yeah.
Maybe this builds to her winning Queen of the Ring because they just announced that Monday night they're going to be doing King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring.
Didn't notice that.
So I'd be down to see her in a title match. I don't know if Io versus Lyra is exactly a SummerSlam match everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
But I really like Lyra. I really think she needs to get elevated a little bit more. She's like my favorite thing on weekly television, and I know that's going to sound weird just because I know that's not everyone's favorite person, but I like Lyra a lot. I think she's really, really talented.
Yeah.
I thought the match was really good. I thought it was a really good ending of the match where like Lyra's like loses obviously, and Becky's like, you got to put the title on me. You got to acknowledge me as your champion. And then Lyra was like, I can't have no more of this. I'm going to destroy you now. And I really enjoyed that. But it did make me cry when Lyra lost. I cried for a good 20 minutes. I had to stop the pay-per-view. That's how sad it made me that Lyra lost.
I think the Bird Lady has a special place in the people's heart.
Yeah, go Birds.
You can see the struggle, the hard work she puts into her craft, like in the ring, in her promos too. It's like, man, you came from the mud.
Yeah.
Like, honestly though, like you really built yourself up to get to this point. We feel like we're on that journey with her, and then when she lost, it's like, this can't be. This can't be. I cannot settle for this. The Bird Lady needs to be on top.
Exactly.
like this is nonsense. It's okay though.
Should be the Bird Lady and the Yeet Man. We'll be going great. Raw will be must-watch TV every week.
Man.
But I think this is just kind of like I don't think this is the end of the feud or anything. This will just build to another match eventually.
Oh,
but I was very disappointed in that match.
Most definitely.
But Naomi won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was much needed. Honestly, I'm glad that they honestly pulled the trigger on Naomi, because I'm not sure if you heard. I know I was just talking to Lindsay on the way here. So in the next maybe year or two, Naomi, she may be stepping away.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just because she wants to have her own, kids.
Yeah.
With Jimmy, of course. So, but we're not going to discuss
who
too
else
deep
would
into
it
that. That's
be?
her personal stuff.
Who else would it be? Big Jim is that guy.
Yeah, Big Jim is him.
He
That's
is
what
him.
he was
Jim
saying.
is him.
I know
He's
Carmelo Hayes may feel some type of way when I say that. We love Melo,
No,
but
I
still.
was thinking, and I didn't mean it's kind of going back to with Becky again though, but kind of seeing where it's lining up. SummerSlam's coming up. I think it's gonna be Becky Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
I
nice.
just feel like
Bailey is for sure
obviously
coming
Bailey's
back during
gonna
summer.
be mad.
Yeah.
You took my spot. I'm about to go ahead and wreck you, and then we'll see what Bailey does from there.
Yeah.
Because technically, I don't think she's injured.
No.
Yeah, she's just.
She was on that big boat with like all the women's for like a week ago, so I think she's fine.
Yeah, she Bailey has been putting in work.
Vacation though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
She was running the SmackDown Women's division last year for a long period of it. Then
You really
Tiffany
think
Time
about
took
it,
over.
Yeah.
with every return, she has to come back with a beard.
A beard?
Yep.
Bailey has a beard?
It's a return rule.
Okay.
You have to come back with a beard. I don't even care if you have to strap it on.
All right.
Chin strap. And then just, it's me, Bailey.
Oh, okay. So she's exposing herself as Bailey, but has a beard now.
Yeah.
Is it like a Eric Rowan type beard or like a Bobby Roode type beard?
I go scruffy, just a little 5 o'clock shadow.
Okay.
No, she ain't been gone that long, so.
All right.
Yeah, like, who's it? It's Bailey. Like, she just comes back with a scruffy beard.
She can't just like black hoodie it like Truth does or any of the Usos in any match they helped Roman in or.
Oh, you could, as long as the beard's intact.
Let's bring back the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing two men. I don't know why I couldn't get that out.
If she came back as Hugger Bailey,
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I just want her hugging everyone again.
it would
Bailey's
be, it would
gonna
be hilarious.
hug
She
you.
just came back like, I found my joy again. Want a hug? like, bro. This is a hug you'll never break away from.
We also need to like give a little bit of an applause to Stephanie. She wrestled 3 matches in like
I was just
32
that's
hours or
good.
36 hours or something.
Yeah.
Most definitely. A lot of ahs.
Stephanie will either be the Royal Rumble favorite at the end of the year or will be walking out at the end of the year with a title. One of the two things will happen for Stephanie.
Yeah.
She's just too talented. But I think it hurts Roxanne and Julia because Roxanne's been like the big woman in NXT for couple years now.
Yeah.
And then Julia is that big international talent who I think was a little bit more polished than Stephanie was. And it's like now you're bringing Stephanie up, and the crowd are really behind Stephanie.
Yeah.
Even when
love Stephanie.
even when she first made her technically main roster debut after Rumble,
Yeah.
people were like cheering her more than Julia.
Yeah.
I mean, Julia.
And that's kind of like rare when some NXT talent just kind of gets brought up.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming out there. Now, select few like Braun Breaker, you know, everybody went crazy for
Weapon
it.
X.
But sometimes they put the NXT talent up, and then it's like, introducing this person. And it's like, all right, yeah. Compared to Stephanie, who's like, Jesus Christ, we need more of this on the television. And it's just like, bro, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they do with her. Her and Julia on different brands too.
Yeah.
So they can kind of flourish in their own little lanes too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Roxanne got
It's when they went from like the black and gold era of NXT to like the 2.0 like colorful era, where everything kind of got a little stale in NXT. Because black and gold era NXT is like my favorite era of WWE anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano every day of the week and never get bored of that match.
And Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
And even Alistair during that time as well.
Yeah.
Keith Lee was also there.
They brought Finn down there for a while, and he was
Yeah.
feuding with the Undisputed Era. Like, that is, like, in my opinion, like, one of the greatest wrestling eras. And it sucks because I'm a huge Adam Cole fan, and I want to like the guy in AEW. Dude just gets hurt a lot. And it's like, I think he's throwing so much at himself. I loved him in NXT. He reminded me of, like, if you mix Shawn Michaels with, like Preacher CM Punk. And I was like, that's like
a
a
great
perfect
comparison,
That's
honestly.
a perfect blend of these
Yeah.
guys. And then they go to like the NXT 2.0 era, and Braun's really the big star from that era. There's not really another big star.
Then
Right, that's true.
eventually Carmelo, then Trick were coming up as well too.
But that's
And were
after they
starting
go
to
back
build-
to like that
Yeah.
black and
Yeah.
gold vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like that 2.0 era is really like really sad to me because there's talent there. And there's talent who were fine, but they mostly made their name after 2.0 went away.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like the real big stars of that's like Mandy Rose, who's gone. Dexter and Indy. Indy's gone. Dexter went to a tag team. You have The Way, but we've seen how Theory has kind of
Yeah.
I mean, Candace and Johnny are now doing stuff with Ciampa, so that's fine, but it's like I also wish they had like a bigger impact on the main roster. I thought
Same.
Gargano and Ciampa would be big, and I don't think they've gotten there, and that saddens me, especially since Gargano is a Cleveland boy. But
And I'll pretty much skim past this because we talked about it in one of our previous podcasts, but I just don't like the way they got all the fire tag teams on one brand.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Like
exactly.
you gotta figure out, and you didn't have to throw Fraxium on SmackDown or things of that. You could have split them up,
Yeah.
but to just have the New Day, War Raiders,
the Creed brothers.
Creed Brothers, Judgment Day, and they are a tag team, but they're more so a faction tag team, so they could kind of like mix and match.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, dude, all those tag teams on SmackDown, you can throw somebody over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, is there really an NXT tag team that's ready to go? Because you got Hank and Tank who are the champions, but beyond that, I don't think there's another tag team ready to go. They keep splitting them.
Yeah.
Chase U got split up.
I wish they didn't split Chase you, dude.
Yeah.
At least they're back
Chase
together,
U,
but
yeah,
it's still
OTM just came back.
Yeah.
OTM is
So-
solid. Who's the other two dudes that are with Wesley?
Oh, I
The-
forgot. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about it too. I can't think of their name either off the top of my head.
Well, yeah, them. Then I'm trying to think. There's
I mean, they're
also
building.
another.
I just don't think that there's an
Slowly.
NXT team down there ready to go yet.
Yeah.
I think, but that's the thing with Raw's tag team. It's just like the other thing too is it's the New Day, the Judgment Day, and the War Raiders have been in that scene for a while now.
Yeah.
And like I like all three of those teams individually. I'm not saying any of them shouldn't be tag champions. Put the title on any of those teams for a year. We'll all be happy with it because it's like that team deserves it. But when you're not having tag teams that like are new and fresh to that division,
Mhm.
what do you do?
Yeah.
Put Cody and CM Punk together.
Yeah.
They can go run the Raw tag team division.
Honestly, I mean, it was kind of a brief, breath of fresh air when Cody and Jay were together, that split moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking drunk press conference, but I mean, they were goofy and cool together. It was kind of like, oh, they can be. Then they had a tag finisher, so it's just like, it's pretty cool. All right.
I wouldn't even be mad if they held the tag team
Now,
titles.
obviously, they're kind of like the main event talent, so you couldn't leave them in the tag division. But
yeah.
the point being, you might be able to create something if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And just see whose stories are intertwining, who has the same goals, maybe the same enemies, come to a common ground, and then you might be able to make a tag team that way.
Yeah, just don't put Akira and Otis in the tag team picture.
Yeah,
like
no.
keep them out of it. Let them get destroyed by Rusev every week. It'll be fine. But there is one thing I want to piggyback off of with talent and stuff. So SmackDown, Aleister Black and Seth coming eye to eye. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
I enjoyed that.
I believe they had their rivalry back in the COVID era.
Yeah, like when he hurt his eye.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
I would because Rollins, I don't think Rollins is going to be one of the, I might be wrong, but I don't think he's going to be one of the failed cash-ins. I would like to see an Aleister Seth world title match. Even if it's not, it doesn't need to be SummerSlam or Survivor Series. It could be
That would be
a different one, but that'd be a good match.
Yup, most definitely.
It's gonna be interesting because I feel like we know Seth will probably cash in before SummerSlam, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like Seth has to be the face of SummerSlam if you're gonna do that, especially with his goal being controlling the WWE and being the face and holding the responsibility of being the main guy.
Yeah.
So that happens. Who will he run against? We don't know. Is it one guy? Is it Roman coming back? If Roman comes back, Roman obviously loses more than likely.
Yeah.
Because Seth just got the ball.
And on top of that, too, Bronson and Braun Breaker probably will interfere. And Roman will be like, I need some help.
Yeah.
I have a different prediction for that. Roman's gunning for Cena.
Ooh. That'd be
So. I don't think Roman's gunning for Seth. Roman's going to be gunning for Cena.
Who wants his? Yeah.
Roman wants to be
so.
Roman wants to be in that path. I think if you get Roman Seth, that comes at Mania.
Yeah.
That'll be a Mania match, and I'm fine with that. Roman versus Seth in a Mania match, and it's not 6 other people involved in it. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Seth is very capable in the ring with Roman. They have good chemistry. They were a great tag team. Like it's not like when you put Undertaker in the ring with Big Show. Like they just never had chemistry. None of their matches ever gelled well for me.
Yeah.
But they were great individually.
Yeah.
Seth and Roman, you could put them in the ring and always have good matches with them. But the way I'm thinking about this is so they announced King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Both of them are getting a title match, or whoever wins gets a title match at SummerSlam. So is Cena going to get a mystery opponent? Is Jay going to get a mystery opponent? Or is Seth going to get a mystery opponent? Or is Gunther going to get a mystery opponent? Because technically Gunther has the Jay match. So that's where I'm confused by. This is one of those matches. This is one of those ones where I don't think I could predict it. Like Gunther winning last year made so much sense. I think a lot of people saw that coming.
Yeah.
And then I don't think anyone's really saw Nia coming, but whatever. It was a good match. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
The women's reasonably Stephanie could shoot up there. Roxanne could shoot up it.
I could see it.
There's a lot of people there that you could just shoot up that. Or if you just wanted to keep an established star, I know everyone's over Rhea, and Rhea's still amazing to me, but Rhea winning that makes sense. Even if they wanted to throw Rhea over against Tiffany, spice it up a little bit, get her away from Io.
Mm-hmm.
What is Io even really doing? Who is she feuding with?
I don't think anyone right now.
That seems like
and
a problem.
The thing is, too, I think I forgot about Bianca. She probably would be coming back as well, too.
Yeah.
Probably.
What did he say?
With a beard.
Oh, with a beard. Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm not sure if she's going to try to finish some things with Naomi or go back to Rhea. What do you guys think on that?
I mean, there's a lot. The women's division is probably the most interesting because they also just announced Nikki's coming back tomorrow night. Nikki Bella will be on Raw tomorrow night.
Yeah, true.
So are we setting up a thing with Nikki and Io maybe, or
I think they could possibly be setting they may have Nikki go against Io for the women's evolution.
Oh, that's
evolution.
fine. That'd be fine.
Yeah, because that's going to be coming up next month too.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that could be. They could potentially. I think that's where they pull Lyra and Becky. I don't think they pull Bailey and Becky there. That seems like a Lyra Becky match there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. With Io, Io's feuded with a lot of the Raw talent. She's feuded with Rhea. She's feuded with Liv. She's feuded with Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty extensive feud.
Yeah.
Really, I feel like the only one Io hasn't feuded with that's been big on there is Becky, but Becky's the IC title champion, so you can't have title champion feud.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like the Raw women's division was something we were really like, especially going into Mania, we were all really excited about.
Yeah.
And now it's just Io has a title, and they haven't done anything with her since.
I will say, I mean, with that stalemate of who could pop out, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm gonna just throw a shot out there, but if Io Sky gets betrayed, by
Right.
Kairi Sane,
That would be something
Is
interesting.
Damage Control still together technically?
It's like they're not, and I think it's just mainly Io and Kyrie that's just kind of together.
I feel
but-
like
Okay.
Kyrie
So it's
got her little win streak going on right now.
Yeah.
She continues to win. No one's really in Io's path. Plus, Io gets all the recognition. Everybody's doing the taunt and
That's
stuff
so
like
crazy,
that.
man.
And Kyrie, and Kyrie can really just be jealous and get booed because now the people love Io.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I mean, heck, as long as Kyrie Sane can pull that up. Now, like I said, I'm shooting a shot, but
Yeah.
because people don't want to hate Kyrie Sane.
Man, the women's division is so powerful right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, I know, Stephanie, she's officially on Raw now, too. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
forgot Jordan Grace. I think she's going to SmackDown from what I'm hearing, but you still have her. So,
Forgot about freaking Stephanie.
Stephanie, they're going to probably slowly work her into there.
That's the only reason I wouldn't really think about her. But at the same time, if you're good, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
You could pull that trigger with Roxanne. You could pull that trigger with Stephanie.
Yeah.
You may even be able to pull a trigger with, Julia.
Yeah.
Because they're that great.
Yeah, we're still forgetting like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
she's on SmackDown, too.
there's so
yeah,
many women that the
it's stacked.
talent pool is huge.
Yeah.
I still think Tamina's under contract.
Nobody Mina.
Don't stop the Tamina train. It's trucking along. Like
I wish she had more moments, man.
Tamina joined the company when she was like in her mid-30s. That's why she didn't have many more moments.
I don't care.
Like
She needed
vet,
more
man.
moments.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I'm the big thing I've had with WWE recently is not been the advertising. It hasn't been the releases. I've been fine with all of that. It's just like I feel like they're dwelling away from the wrestling portion of it and going more into the promo and the character building, which in some aspects is fine. But in other aspects, when you're watching a 3-hour Netflix show and 2 hours of it is people talking and an hour of it's wrestling and 30 minutes of that is, a Rusev, destroying a Kira match and, this match where it's a shady finish. Like, it's like, I think that's what's been killing it for me.
Okay, and it makes sense, yeah.
And I don't know. I love WWE still. I'm still watching it weekly and everything. It's just like, I want more wrestling.
Yeah.
I want Sheamus and Gunther just to beat the crap out of each other for an hour, and that's all I want to watch. Like,
And
You
honestly,
got the talent for more wrestling, so
Yeah.
And
May as well put it
honestly,
on.
Sheamus and Rusev will put on a banger. I know that for a fact. So
Yeah.
it's like they could actually
Rusev
utilize.
is gonna fix Sheamus. He's the fixer. Just like,
like,
his
"I'm the
promo
fixer."
said, he's the fixer.
were you happy when he came back with a beard,
Absolutely.
or were you upset that
Yeah,
he didn't take it off?
He really did come back with a
Ball-
beard too.
Ball and beard. He did the full shebang of a return. Come back bald and a beard. That's just doing it 100% right. I was just saying come back with a beard, but he went full. Hey.
Rusev's the dude at the bar when you walk into the pool table. You're like, I don't want to play that guy. He knows this game too well. Like,
Yeah.
that's how every time I see
does.
Rusev.
He does.
Rusev has drank like 4 16-ounce cans of whatever beer he drinks and has done like a whole bottle of, vodka because he's in that area. He's drank a whole bottle of vodka, and he's just every ball he hits is just right into the hole. Nobody wants to mess with Rusev.
Yeah, he seems like the one to hustle you on the pool table, though.
Yeah.
Man, once Rusev fixes Sheamus, they're gonna go after the tag titles because why not?
They're going to bring back the League of Nations. Wade Barrett's on commentary. Who are we missing from? Oh, we're not bringing El Patron back.
Oh, yeah.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, he might be cooked.
We can replace him with
cooked.
As soon as AAA got bought, you're losing that title. But
They have AAA. There's somebody who can take over El Patron's spot. Vikingo. There we go.
yeah,
I want
immediately.
the iguana guy.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana, I don't think
care.
fits.
Yeah.
I don't think he fits League of Nation vibes.
He should.
He's gonna be.
That would be a great group.
He's gonna join Otis and Akira. That seems where he
No,
fits.
he would join the League of Nations.
Okay, all right. Mr. Iguana is gonna be the new world champion by SummerSlam. Josh said it here first.
Man,
Yeah.
The Iguana will get one of those.
green.
The Iguana will get the kids title you buy at Walmart for like $30. He'll get one of those put on him.
Dude, imagine like how much merch, like just selling the iguana. Like,
Yeah, I would
it
buy the
was-
Iguana actually.
Dude, a lot of kids would go crazy with it.
Yeah, you could just put it in the middle of the table and it'd be great.
Dude, that would be lit.
Man, I'm thinking about Naomi getting that dub though.
Yeah.
Did she take
back
it
to
from
Naomi.
Tiffany?
Makes the most sense, but sense and logic really doesn't matter at this point.
Is there a world
Yeah.
Bianca beats Io and Naomi takes it from Bianca?
That'd be fire.
Also, we have not mentioned Jade at all with talking about the women. There's another big
Jade
what's up
Cargill,
there?
too? Yeah, there's just like a lot. The roster is stacked.
Yeah,
Well, the women's roster is stacked too. but,
yeah. It's
yeah,
like,
it's-
great. Here's all this women talent. Oh yeah, by the way, we have even more. Like we have so much of it. In fact, that
even
we
in
could
NXT.
probably run a whole show just with women and be completely fine, and everyone would pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, the women's back to the women's like evolution. I think there are going to be some bangers in there.
Yeah, bring
They're
me
going
back.
with
Bring back
TNA, the
Trish.
NXT, Raw, SmackDown. You just think about the matchup. Oh, Mariah May.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about Mariah May.
She's going to be coming up. She's going to probably be in NXT for like 4 or 5 months. Then eventually she's going to.
I don't think so. Here's my thought with this. I think
They need someone for.
I think of the 4 women they brought up:
Yes.
Roxanne, Julia, Jordan Grace, and Stephanie. Roxanne, I think, was a shoe-in to come in after Mania.
Yeah.
She'd been in NXT. She'd done all that she needed to.
Yeah.
The other 3 girls get elevated because Mariah May gets signed. I don't think all 3 of them get elevated without Mariah May. Maybe Julia gets
makes
brought
sense.
up. Maybe Stephanie gets brought up. Maybe Jordan Grace gets brought up. I don't think all 3 of them bring up with Mariah May. I think Mariah May is probably going to run the NXT division for a couple of years. Even if she, I don't think they need her on main roster, and I think they just need to have that one woman on NXT that everyone is trying to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
and
makes
honestly,
sense.
NXT women's division is like so fire. that
Still,
if she's at the top of that, she won't even need to be on the main roster to be a big name that she already is.
Yeah.
how is it
I mean,
possible that the women's division is so much more powerful right now than the men's? And the men's have Cena, Punk, Logan Paul. They have all these big names.
Mhm.
And it's like you just go down the line. I feel like the women's side is even more stacked.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
And it's just they were slowly building their women's roster as well too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also bringing some people over, but
Yeah.
just building them slowly and
Who's-
actually creating stars.
Who's the lady from LFG or Evolve that you really like? Every time she has a match, you text like, "This woman is the best wrestler in the world."
Are you talking about?
Filipino chick, right?
I thought she was the one from Ukraine or something.
Are you
like
talking
that.
about Xena?
Xena?
Yeah, she's actually her character. She's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I
She
just wanna
picks
let
up on it fast. Like after watching like every episode of LFG, you see like who's actually has it.
Yeah.
And it's just like she's picking up on it. And now, what's her name? Her last name is Steele. I think her name Tyra May Steele. She made a debut on NXT, and
Yeah.
she's one of the winners for LFG for the women's,
Yeah.
and she's an Olympic gold medalist. And I think the more she wrestles, the more reps that she gets, and the more chances she gets, she's going to be a huge
Her
player
finisher
as well.
was a German suplex, wasn't it?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got to get that changed.
Yeah, it's just for now, but
it makes
you're
sense,
gonna build.
but
Yeah.
I just
She's
wanna-
gonna be
I just wanna
dominant,
let
like,
all
give
of you
it 2
guys
years
know that anytime Xena has a match, Josh texts us and goes, "Did you watch that Xena match? This was like the greatest match I've ever seen." Like Savage versus Steamboat WrestleMania 3. Like that's how he is every time she competes.
Man.
I get a text almost immediately.
Man, like honestly, I'm gonna let you guys know this. Her character, it's different. It's like unique, but also she picks up on everything pretty fast. And Xena, yeah. But Jasper Troy, he's also a winner too in the men's division, well, the men's side of
Man
LFG.
means business.
Yeah.
That man,
He was Taker's,
he's gonna be
right? He was the one.
he was
by
on
Taker.
Booker T's.
Oh, he's Booker T's. Who was the one with Taker that everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be huge too"?
Oh, speaking of which, let's see. For Taker, there was Holyfield's.
Oh yeah,
He was on there too. He's gonna be something.
he played for the.
Oh,
Browns,
that
by the way.
other girl, Bailey, she's gonna be something. Her name is Bailey too. She's on LFG. She's like, you just have to see her.
I think we're gonna see
She's
this.
different. She's like, I wouldn't necessarily say the great Kali of the women's side, but it's like a better version, an upgraded version. She's something.
I think with the NIL deals and them trying to sign more like athletes, I think for years and years and years with like especially older WWE, they just sign people who are like, "Oh, you look crazy." Like the famous story is, would you get stopped at an airport if they saw you? A lot of the people they're signing aren't those people. Those are the people. I think it's in the past couple of years with like Pat McAfee becoming so popular,
Yeah.
and other sports athletes getting their own shows. I mean, you had it with the TNT crew forever, where these former athletes show their personality, and it's like, oh, these guys have personality, and this dude's 6'4" and 250 already. I don't have to polish. I just have to polish you. I don't have to train you really.
Exactly.
And it's like you're gonna get that more and more. I mean, look at Bianca. Bianca is one of the biggest stars they've ever had in the women's division. And where did she come from? She was a former track star at Tennessee.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
wild that I believe she said she didn't watch wrestling
Yeah.
Yeah, she
back
did.
then, and now look.
Tiffany's
Even
the same
Tiff-
way.
Yeah, Tiffany. Yep.
And it's like you're
Exactly.
going to get more and more where it's like, yeah, I was in the world's strongest man competition. Now I'm here, and you have a guy who has Mark Henry's personality.
Yeah.
And you're going to get more and more and more of these people over the next couple of years where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think it hurts the indie scene because I feel like there's going to be indie stars that have that crossover with it too.
Yeah.
But this also fuels the indie crowd because it seems like the big issue everyone's having with WWE is they're releasing people they don't want released.
Yep. Exactly.
They're going to release people that they either are like, yeah, they need more polishing, they need to go to the indie scene. I mean, it's worked with Matt Cardona, it's worked with Cody Rhodes. It's happened where they go to the independent scene and just flourish.
Yeah.
You're going to see that more and more and more, and before you know it, you're going to have your Obafemis on the indie scene. You're going to have
Can't wait for Oba, by the way.
dude's never going to lose the NXT title. He'll be in NXT forever. It's fine. We'll live with it.
Just imagine him, Jacob Fatu, JC Mateo, and Bronson Reed. And just imagine all of them in a match. Oh, let's probably add Braun Breaker. Dude, that would just be... I think the whole stadium would explode.
Michael Cole's going to turn in like Jim Ross from like 1995. Look at the massive humanity in the ring. They had to secure it and make it even more stable. They
What?
put extra beams under the ring.
My
What?
God.
What does Booker T said? No,
Chucky Ducky Quack Quack.
no, not that one, not that one. Just me. That's what he says.
Oh, okay. I prefer Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. That's an
I-
all-time
I
favorite
think,
line of
I
mine.
think a lot of people were going Shucky Ducky Quack Quack with
That's-
Lola Vice and Stephanie Bakir with the
I think the more memorable one is Rhea on the
Yeah.
ladder with Stephanie.
Oh.
my goodness.
I think people are going to remember that one a lot more than they're going to remember the Lola Stephanie one.
I didn't even know that move was possible on the ladder.
that was
You learn something new every day.
That was different.
Yeah, she actually she was gonna call me and ask me to practice that move, and I was busy that day, so
Understandable.
yeah, I'm upset. I
We
could have
gotta
been
make
there.
time.
Well, next time you get a photo with her, man, just slide it in and just be like, hey, she just
Yeah,
shoot for number.
and now it
3,
sits
you
behind
know,
my
just
desk
kinda-
at work. I had a customer yesterday ask me who I was or who that person was, and I explained, and she was like, "Oh, the girl I see on TikTok all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
Oh dang, that's crazy.
I was like, "All right."
Man.
By the way, Rhea was very nice, a very lovely lady. I liked Rhea a lot. She was cool.
yeah, man, that's crazy. All right, so next topic. So, who do you guys think will be the MVP, or who is the MVP so far? Because we're at the halfway point of the year. So who's the MVP for women's and men's?
Women's for me is for sure Liv. Liv to me has been the women's MVP. She's been in the main event feud. She's been in the tag division. She's been with Judgment Day. Josh is having a shaking moment, I guess. Like, I think Liv has been the MVP of the women's division. She's just been everywhere and anywhere. Naomi's a close second for me. Her Twitter alone has just made her amazing.
She's hilarious.
But I think Liv has the small edge just because she's been in the title picture more and has been in the tag team division more. Well, Naomi was the tag champion this year too. So,
oh yeah.
But I think Liv edges her out slightly. The men's is a little bit more complicated with me. So, Lindsay, who you got for women's?
I want to disagree. I want to just, have a different opinion, but I can't. Liv did so much and too much this past year to really disagree.
Grown a
lot. Grew a lot. Her feud with Rhea. You actually cared about the feud with Rhea. Yeah. It made sense because Rhea took her out. So it was the whole Liv Morgan revenge tour.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go away from Liv in that situation either as far as the MVP goes. Because it's like,
same.
The people I want to go with haven't done it as long as Liv as far as this year goes.
Yeah.
Like Jade, who was gone for a little bit. Alexa, who just recently returned. She pops in and out. Now she's back,
yeah,
good now. But
most definitely.
They haven't done it at a stable, long time period like Liv has done in this past year for me to go with them as an MVP half the year at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to Liv too.
You on Liv too, Josh?
Yep. I agree with that, man. It's so crazy to see where Liv, like where she first started, even heck back in NXT.
Yeah.
To now, it's like, dude, she really came a long way.
Yeah.
And honestly, if we went all the way back to the Riot Squad,
yeah,
who would have thought?
Yeah, it's the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
Ruby Riot, that's the leader.
Yeah.
You don't, most of the time you don't think one of the side, the help is gonna be the breakout.
It was her, Ruby, and
Sarah Logan.
Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was her or if that was the Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville group.
Yeah, that was on.
Was it Paige was the main leader of that group?
Dang. I do remember Mandy, Sonya, and I think you were right. I think it was Paige. No.
They did a random thing where they brought up like two groups and there were three girls, and I can't remember who was with Mandy and Sonya. I think it was Paige.
I think you were right.
It might have been Paige.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so back to the MVP thing, though.
Yeah.
So for the men's, who do you guys go for the men's?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this while you guys have been talking. I don't know. Seth, I feels like the obvious answer, but there's part of me that doesn't want to say Seth. There's a part of me that wants to say Dom.
Yeah, that was going to be my MVP.
But I think I'm going to go Penta. Penta he was great in the Rumble. He was great at Mania. He keeps having great matches. His smooth operator is one of my favorite things. So I think I'm going to go Penta on that side.
That's good.
But I'll give Dominic a close second with that.
That's a good call. It's
tough.
Because the bias in me, screw it. I'll just go with the bias in me. The last real champion, John Cena, who's going to ruin wrestling because he was right from the get-go.
Wow.
And you know what? And it's just because I understand everything you're saying. Let me look in the camera real quick because I seen the comments.
Oh, zoom in on that man.
And these freaking morons want to talk about, he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's smiling the whole time. Of course, I don't think Rey Mysterio's a deadbeat dad. It's called entertainment, trying to entertain you people. And that's why John Cena turned into a bad guy in the first place. Because he's trying to tell you people, I give everything I got for you. And what do? You tell me I suck. You tell me I can't wrestle. Why am I even doing this for you people?
Yeah.
So I feel him. we're podcasting now. We're a group. We're a unit. And we do it for the entertainment, not only because we love wrestling,
Yeah.
but we do it to entertain you people.
I do it for the millions and millions of dollars.
We'll get there.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But my point being, the last real champion is going to ruin wrestling, and I'm trying to see how he does it.
Okay.
With his very famous finisher, referee, look over there. What? Belt shot. 1, 2, 3. Turn around. That's it. I mean, everything he does is just basic, and I love every second of it. Like, if you were to create a superstar and don't even pick your moveset, just pick default, entrance, default. Like, his entrance is literally John Cena in black and white. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, you want to talk about boring and dull? The only reason he can't make the screen black and white is because Timeless Tony Storm's doing her thing, and he can't steal that. Or else I would really lose it.
Oh, Cena would be great if he stole Tony Storm's gimmick. That'd be fantastic.
Like, man.
Cena standing in the middle of the ring like Tony did after she she went back to Timeless Tony Storm. If Cena did that, he just came back. He just took off whatever he was wearing and just had the bright green shirt, the khaki pants or khaki cargo shorts. It'd be great. No, he needed to bring the jorts, not the khaki shorts. It needed to be the jorts.
The jorts. Oh my gosh.
What about
That
you
is
though?
hilarious.
John Cena's right, but what about you?
Josh is gonna say Grande Americana. We all know this.
It's funny though because I was gonna say Dom, then also it's like I don't want to say the obvious Jacob Fatu as well.
No, I think that's a good answer.
It's just we know Jacob Fatu is a wrecking machine on the mic in the ring, but Dom. The reason why I'm saying Dom is the MVP, that man, he came a long way.
Yeah.
Especially, being Eddie Guerrero's legit son. I mean, Rey Mysterio and Eddie, they had a custody match for Dom, and
I still want that Liv Rhea match for Dom, the custody of Dom. The fact that match has never happened saddens me tremendously to this day.
I wish it would have happened. Hey, it could happen between Liv and Roxanne.
It could.
But in all seriousness, though, Dom, he just see where he first started when he first got into the WWE or actually wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Getting murdered by Brock Lesnar, yes.
Yes, that was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
He got murdered by a lot of people, by the way.
Yeah, he
Remember,
did.
I mean, even though it was definitely camera work and it was COVID time,
yeah.
Roman Reigns still threw him out. I thought Dom died.
Yeah.
All you see is, we ain't seen Dom again.
He was jazzed, jazzed from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I'm like, oh my God, he killed him. But yeah, go ahead.
Man.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Josh,
it's just the fact that Dom really, like, not having a character to end up being like the most hated heel, but the most loved heels it's insane. It's really insane, and his in-ring work has improved tremendously. Dom's really came a long way, so I would definitely say he's my number one MVP. But behind that is Jacob Fatu.
He's I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm pretty much finished.
I was just gonna say, I think in ring last night was the best match he's ever had
Yeah,
in WWE.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, like, not only that, you want to talk about, doing something never really seen or not really done often. The man pulled a double heel turn, bro. The man was a heel and still turned heel.
Yeah.
How is that impossible? Like, you went in as a heel, Rhea Ripley, and then double heel, and went with Liv. It was like, dude, you can't do no wrong. And then chicken tendies just makes it 20 times better.
Dude, with all the sponsorships, I'm surprised no one has reached out to.
He's got Wingstop.
Wingstop, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, he's got
That
Wingstop.
is true.
Oh, really?
That is true.
Yeah, he's
did.
with Wingstop.
Dang,
Now,
man.
Josh, for you, what's been your match of the year?
Dude, that's a tough one. Are we counting like NXT as well, or just any?
Yeah, we're counting anything that's not like, I don't know, CZW or something, dude.
Match of the year. Dang, man,
I got my answer. If you want a moment to think.
Yeah, I have a few because like if we're incorporating NXT, I have to like really look at that too. You guys could go first while I think this one through, because like
mine's been Bianca, Rhea, and Io at Mania. That was my favorite. Tiffany and Charlotte were really high up there too, but I think that one edges it out slightly for me. That's been my favorite match this year.
That's good.
All the styles meshed well. Good finish. You know, I mean, it's a callback to a former finish they did, but I thought that was a great match. It made all of them look legit and look like they deserved to be there. Where I don't know if every Mania match hit that way. I don't know if like the Phoenix match made it feel like Phoenix should have been there. I get that he was filling in for Rey Mysterio, and I'm not trying to, trash Phoenix, but it didn't feel like Phoenix should have been there. Where that Rhea, Io, Bianca match, it was like any three of these people can win. I think we all picked different winners in that prediction. And it's like, it was for the title. It opened the show. It got people excited. To me, that was the match of the night.
Yeah.
And the year so far.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was one of the legit ones where we didn't know who was going to freaking win.
Yeah.
And, even when dealing with CM Punk, Roman, and Seth, I think we all kind of had an idea that Seth was going to win.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see how.
Yeah.
So when you don't know the decision and you don't know the result, and they could go any way, and the match literally goes that way.
Yeah,
like,
it keeps you on your toes. Yeah,
it makes the match that much better. I'd say mine was probably Oba Femi, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, triple threat.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I love that match too. Just not only the spots, but also the unpredictability again. Oba's dominant.
Yeah,
but it's triple threat.
Yeah.
You don't need to lose the title. Then you got Trick Williams. Obviously, he's been champ. He got a little edge to him at this point.
Yep.
He just wants his title back. Then you got Javon Evans, it's like the wild card. He could pop out of nowhere and hit a cutter. And
that man
in the
is
match,
exciting
just
to watch.
Yeah,
exciting.
So it was just so crazy because you just didn't know, and it was just a crazy match. It was hectic, but that's what NXT mainly has been about. It's just unpredictability.
Yep.
How hectic it is. Crazy atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I think that match brought that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That was actually like one of my top 3. So it was that one, the Fatal 4-Way at Mania with Braun, Dom, Finn, and Penta. And I would say my number 1 though, Sol Ruka and Kalani Jordan.
Well, that's a good one too. Sol Ruka is just amazing.
Yeah,
so
that
and Kalani's not
nasty.
Bad either, so.
That match was crazy. She's insane. Both of them are insane, but Sol Ruka, she was made in a lab.
Yeah. Her
That's crazy.
athleticism different.
Yeah, no, she's a lot different. Yeah.
And you think about, again, when we talked about the women's division.
Yeah.
Just imagine when she comes up. I know Jada Parker. She's really good on the mic. She's pretty solid in the ring too. I know they're still working with her. You can tell. Yeah. But when she gets settled in, I know she's kind of settled in, but when she really gets to that next level, she's going to be
I want to see her as NXT Women's Champion at some point. I think she deserves it.
I think it is definitely coming. It's just they're just waiting for the right time. Like you can see that though. There's sometimes you think like, why didn't you pull the trigger? But
but they've done that. Sense. They've done that forever in NXT. Like Becky, I don't think Becky ever won the NXT title until she went back to NXT.
Yeah.
So, but to piggyback a little off your match, I think Oba just does really well in triple threats because I think my favorite. I think it was last year.
That man is crazy.
Was him versus Dijak versus Lance Briggs.
Yeah.
Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs. Lance Briggs was a linebacker for the Bears. My bad. But Josh Briggs, that was like my favorite match that year.
Yeah.
Because it was just 3 huge dudes throwing each other at each other.
And doing a moonsault. Then Josh Briggs, he could do a moonsault.
Yeah, Dijak was one of the people I was always sad they let go, just because I loved that he ratioed everyone on X, and I thought he was amazing for this how big he is. But that was a match to me that I was like, Oma should never lose another match ever again.
Yeah,
because he looked amazing in that match. That's how you build a star.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I think Oba is just. I think to your point of your match, and like I said, the match last year, I think you put Oba in a 3-way match. It doesn't matter who he's in there with, because those are two different people there. Right. Trick and Javon are nothing like Briggs and Dijak. Mm-hmm. They're a different style, and Oba worked really well in both those matches.
Yeah.
So even his match with Moose was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
dude, Moose is insane. when I get a chance, I at least watch a few matches of Moose on
Yeah.
TNA. But man, when I actually got a chance to really see him in the ring against Oba, I was like, this man is freaking insane. And he's been off of TNA television for a little bit, hasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm wondering, it's like he's going to be coming soon as well.
It was what Moose and Josh Alexander have been like TNA's MVPs for a couple of years. Because like,
Yeah.
there's people in other promotions I always keep like an eye on. Moose was one of those in TNA. I always kept my eye on.
Yeah.
And then obviously like any of the like the Chris Daniels, AJ Styles, like any of those guys, I always kept my eye on. Abyss. And I've paid attention to Moose for a couple of years, and I think he's. I know why, because he's done interviews on why he hasn't signed with WWE. But I mean, if you're alpha dog over there, you don't want to come back. You don't want to come to WWE for the money and get lost in the shuffle. He's doing everything fine.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense though,
Yeah.
because just look at those rosters now. It's like we already talked about it, but where would he fit? You know what I mean? Because we still had some people come, like Alistair just came, Rusev just came, and it's like maybe Raw could get like some. I think Raw needs someone else.
Even with Oba, though, I don't think Oba's ready comparative to the guys like Trick, Ethan Page. I think those two are more prepared than Oba is. Yeah. Not saying Oba's bad. It's just I think Trick's been down there for a while. I mean, he went through like a boxer gimmick at one point. Like, he's been down there for a while. Oba has not... Oba won the breakout tournament, I think, the one year.
Yep.
And then he won the North American title immediately. Wesley. So it's like Oba's doing fine. He's the Gunther of that division, and that's what they need him to be.
And speaking of which, of NXT too, when Oba did dethrone Wesley with that, it makes me think, when will Wesley come? Because honestly, at first I thought he was ready, but now I'm looking at his situation now, and I could be wrong. To me, I feel like he's just missing something. I don't know what it is.
I think it's size. I think that's what's going to be it. Because
he's exciting in the ring.
He's amazing in the ring. He's great on the mic. Yeah. Like I think he's one of the best in NXT's got. But when it comes to the main roster, like I think that's what's hurt Carmelo too. Is Carmelo's not as big as Roman is. He's not as big as Seth is. Yeah. And a lot of people think Seth is kind of smaller. Right. Carmelo not being that size, I think that's what hurts him. Even though Carmelo is amazing in the ring, I think that might have also been a deterrent with Ricochet too. Is Ricochet is not the big guy. Ricochet is the bouncy guy. And it's like, yeah, I think those hurt people down the road. Because if you look at it, like the smaller wrestlers, Ray is the only one really that's been that huge. Yeah, you've had guys like Eddie, Shawn Michaels isn't even that big, Bret Hart. But a majority of their champions are going to be at least 6'1", 6'2", 250.
Yeah, nowadays. Because I think the last champion that I wouldn't necessarily say he is undersized, but AJ.
Yeah, AJ, yeah. And AJ hasn't had a world title since
2017.
And not to sound like that, but when you talk about those champions, they are different.
Yeah.
Like literally generational smaller guys. Here ain't no other AJ Styles and there ain't no other Rey Mysterio just walking out there. Like, have to literally be the greatest luchador to ever probably touch the planet. Yeah. Or one of the best indie guys to ever touch the planet.
Like build yourself up.
Just for them to even consider you to be that. Yeah. So when you're their size, but you're not something that they've never seen before, it's gonna make it tougher.
Yeah. And I think it's for the smaller guys, I think majority of them will benefit going to the indie scene too, to build themselves up and build up their brand. To actually, I don't know. That's just me personally.
Or the tag division.
Yeah.
See, the one thing I'm hoping they somehow pivot away from this, but like we've seen guys like Sin Cara, Kalisto.
Oh gosh!
As soon as they get brought to the main roster, this is the next Rey Mysterio. This is the next Rey Mysterio. There will never be another Rey Mysterio. Yeah. As long as we live, Rey Mysterio will go down as like people can say booyaka to each other on the street and know what that means. Yeah. I'm sorry, nobody remembers what Selena Del Sol means, but everyone knows what booyaka means. Or you know what I mean?
Booyaka.
That's kind of what I like how they're treating Penta though.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're not
making his own.
They're not. This guy's like Rey Mysterio. He's the next Rey Mysterio. No, this guy's Penta. Yeah. This is what he's known for. He's his own luchador.
Yep.
And I mean, on a smaller scale, even Rey Fenix. Eventually they'll reunite, but for now, Penta's doing his own thing. and I like what they're doing with him.
I think that's what's been hurting Phoenix a little bit too, is he keeps getting pivoted into Ray's spot or gets associated with Ray.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what's hurting you. Is I don't think they realize the association with Ray doesn't help
Yeah.
the wrestlers.
That hurts a lot. Like, we love Rey Mysterio, but I agree.
Look at Selena, even with the LWO. When she's with Ray in LWO, she did nothing that whole time. I think she got the match with Rhea in Puerto Rico, but that's it.
Honestly, they need to allow Selena to just be her. She can actually cook on the mic.
She's the U.S. champion. She's fine.
It's just, to me, the reason why I just feel stale is just the fact that they're not allowing her to cook and allow her to be herself. Yeah. Because when you actually hear her on the mic and allow her to be free or be a heel, she could actually put in work into her character.
Yeah,
but I think
I
she's
definitely like Zelina as a heel.
Yeah,
more than a face.
But I like what she's doing with Chelsea though.
She's doing fine. Yeah, she's doing fine. It's nothing catastrophic at all.
Yeah. But it's the mid. If this was for the world title, that'd be so different. It's the U.S. title. No offense to the U.S. title. Both champions have been insanely good, insanely over. But
yeah, and plus Julia's going to be going after.
Yeah,
so
Julia
looks like
Julia versus Selena is going to be good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad if they pivot Chelsea and feud with Tiffany. That might be fun. Tiffany versus Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Secret Hervis versus Tiffy time. That seems like a good feud to have to build up to SummerSlam, and then just have Tiffy face whoever wins Queen of the Ring. You know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good little feud. Just send Charlotte to like Venus or something. I don't want to see Charlotte anymore. I'm over it. I'm tired of her.
I am curious to see what they do with Charlotte though, because they're kind of like, as far as the story that's building up for her, is just kind of like, I'm used to being the queen. I'm here, but now. All the promos seem like, and other news. Let's walk away from Charlotte, and the attention is off of her, and you can see it like her character. I'm freaking Charlotte Flair. Put the camera on me, and now no one really cares about her because, it's Jade Cargill. Oh, it's United States champion Zelina Vega. It's Tiffany Stratton, and Charlotte's just over here. Does that character fester up to where? She freaking finally snaps.
Yeah.
Which could bring an edge to Charlotte that maybe makes people interested again. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't really
care about the new people instead of I'm the one who cares.
That's what I thought they were going to do with Alexa. It's just kind of like, we're the vets. These new people aren't going to take over our WWE, but, Charlotte ended up having a stick up her butt. And
I mean, Charlotte for the past 10 years, her gimmick is, I'm Ric Flair's daughter, and I win all the time. That's her gimmick.
Yeah.
And it's like, you are not currently in a position where that gimmick works for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just go make her just like give her something different. I think that's why fans don't like her right now. It's because it's like, unless you are Ric Flair, which if you want to be Ric Flair, you have to have the world title.
Yeah.
You have to be wrestling every night.
Yeah.
You have to be the greatest technical wrestler in the ring. And she's doing none of those three things right now. She is the greatest technical women's wrestler, I think. I think we can all agree with that. Yeah. She makes things look so pretty, but then it comes to the gimmick, and it's like you're trying just to be like mini Ric Flair, and it's not working well. Like AJ did a better job at doing this than you did in TNA.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I
remember Fortune.
Yeah, like
gosh, man.
AJ did a better job than Charlotte's been doing for the past like 6 years at least.
That was terrible.
So I think some kind of I don't know where you take her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she would have been perfect for, like, a Tony Storm gimmick,
It was weird to say. I could actually see Charlotte do something
I know
like
we
that.
usually stay WWE.
Tony Storm crosses that line.
Definitely crosses that line.
To me, Tony Storm and MJF, I will talk to you guys about it anytime. Those are the only two in AEW I keep my eye on because both of them entertain me.
Every time they hit the screen, they're like, I don't know what's going on in AEW, but MJF, it's with,
the Hurt Syndicate.
MJF's with the Hurt Syndicate right now.
Yeah, it's like, well, don't really know what else is going on, but Timeless Tony Storm is facing.
There's probably some kind of trios match against another trios match, and then the next match will be a trios match versus a trios match, and the next match, trios match versus trios match.
With a manager.
With a manager, yeah.
And then you can't forget Swerve. Swerve's working.
And then it don't even be like regular weapons, bro. It just be like,
I'm gonna.
He's coming in with a screwdriver. Oh my, dude.
Hey, man, chainsaws, man.
I'm sorry. The syringe thing was my tipping point. When the syringe thing happened, I'm like, what is happening over there? I at least thought the flamethrower was cool.
Oh, they were using staples too.
Staple gun.
Was it New Jack used to do staples in ECW?
Yep.
That's fine. When John Moxley did the nail bat and it embedded in his skin, like I don't get like a but that gave me like a moment. Yeah. It was gross, and I was like, and I loved Moxley, especially when he first came in. Like I probably watched AEW for the first 3 months, like watched every episode. Mm-hmm. I liked him and Adam Page and everything, but just like they're getting more and more unhinged.
You don't know what kind of sucked, and this kind of goes back to WWE in a way, but they were cooking with this whole bloodline thing, Roman and Seth, and then Moxley just happened to just like kind of get the AEW, and I'm like, man, he would fit so perfectly just popping into this storyline and having his own. Yeah. And I'm like, I know he said he'll never go back, but then CM Punk said he'll never go back, so it's like you never know. But it's like that whole story is gonna be so freaking expired by then.
Yeah. and even during the triple threat during WrestleMania, that would have been perfect too, Seth. And
it would be nice to get a Seth
cool.
Mox, Roman, just boss mission. This is it, the end of an era. Like the Shield really were that.
Man,
so
they
here
really helped a lot tremendously.
So obviously, I know we kind of delved into AEW a little bit. How soon do you think Jericho comes back to WWE?
5 more years.
5 more years?
Maybe actually 4 more years.
Because because obviously with all the contract stuff with WWE, and I think AEW even let some people go. I remember they let the one, like, I think her name's like Havoc or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. They let her go. They're talking, I think Jericho's contract expires like either at the end of this year or next year or something like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said, I'm not in tune with AEW as I used to be, but I have people, like friends who watch and everything. Yeah. It seems like Jericho kind of has get away from our screen heat right now.
Yeah.
And obviously, if he comes to WWE, he'll be back and braced. And I'll take him versus CM Punk every day. That's a great feud.
Yeah, I definitely would. And then, like Jericho, being at his age, don't have to. Everybody, WWE has been taking care of their people as far as you're keeping them fresh. You don't have to wrestle every week. And Jericho can really reinvent any character he wants to, and just be the learning tree. Teach these young people how to be superstars for the next generation.
My favorite one of all time. You just made a list.
If he brought back the list, Jericho, I'd cry.
I love Suit Jericho when he comes back. And wins the world title. Suit Jericho is my favorite Jericho. I hated him so much. I think I was like 11 at the time. I hated him so much. And I'm like, that's what made you a good heel. Like I despise Vicky Guerrero growing up. Vicky Guerrero needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Excuse me.
She made everyone hate her. That is what a heel does. And it wasn't go away heat. It was I hate when you talk.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it wasn't because she was bad. Vicky Guerrero needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Her and Eddie should be right next to each other. They both deserve it. And to think, like, Vicky never touches screen if Eddie doesn't die. And that's something like, if there is a bright side of him passing, Vicky becoming one of the best heel managers. I think the best SmackDown manager next to Teddy Long. Yeah, but then just the best heel manager doesn't happen without Eddie's passing. And as much as that sucks to say, I also think Chavo wins the ECW championship after this. Yeah. He's with the La Familia with, so I don't know. It's just a really sad thing to say, but without that, you don't get that. And that's, let's not leave off on that though. Let's say something at least fun.
Well, I mean, heck, you got the women's division, Naomi cash in. That'll be interesting. Yeah. We also got the Bird Lady. She'll get her revenge, hopefully.
Go Birds.
And go Birds. And heck, the last real champion. We'll see what he'll be up to now that Ron Killings decided to reign on the last real champions parade. I don't know what his plan is, but he needs to mind his own business.
I just know I better see Lil Jimmy.
Well, we'll make sure you get that eye exam so you can tell the difference between the Starbucks drink and Chad Gable, and you can see Little Jimmy. Yeah. We'll make sure all of those are done by next episode. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, what's in the Yeet Juice?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I kind of finished my Yeet Juice. I still have some left. Anyway, well, we appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you for supporting us. And, copy you a progression. Do better, get better, be better. Follow the movement.
Yeah, man. You got some good gear. Me, I even hooping and stuff, so get you some.
Yeah, just follow the movement. That's all I have to say. This should be self-explanatory. You want to do better, get better, be better in life. Progress. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Until next time. Ooh la la la.